All right, as always, I'm not sure if I'm live, so give me 1 second while I try and figure that out. Um, okay, I think it is now, so I know that it is live on Insta, but now let me check Facebook. Yes, okay. Everything seems to be fine. All right. So, for those of you in the US, I hope you had a wonderful 4th of July weekend. Mine was mostly chill. I didn't do much. I painted a little bit, but I mostly worked on a crochet top that I want to finish. So I just want to share what I've been doing over the past couple of days since I went live last, and also the pages that I created, and then I figure we can paint one together. Why not, right? So yes, what have I been doing this weekend? I'm working on this crochet top. So I did the front and the back and I put it together, and here's the color. So now it's just a matter of working on how long. So I measure, I need to do about 15 centimeters, and then I'm gonna do some sleeves, and it's this gorgeous shades of purple. So this was what I worked on mostly. And then also I did work on a couple of very quick paintings on my little watercolor book for World Watercolor Month. I tried to, I set a timer, and I wanted to make sure that I stayed under 15 minutes. And today I'm gonna try and make it even less. I wanna see if I can make it in 10 minutes. So I'm going to switch to the overhead camera so I can share the ones that I've created on the past couple of days, and then we can start working on the one for today, which I'm gonna call Cotton Candy Landscape, because I want to use some crazy cotton candy colors. So without further ado, I'm going to switch to the overhead camera and get started with that. All right, so let me do this and switch the cameras. I think I got the hang of, this program that I'm using to go live. So yes, all right. So I just need to, wait, hold on. Sorry if I'm gonna get you dizzy doing this. Let me bring it closer. And so here are a couple of things. So yeah, I did post this, and here I just wanted to have a play at, again, like I did here, warm and a cool palette. So it's the same exact landscape, but this one is nighttime, like, sunset sky, and this one here is just a daytime sky. So this is the ones that I did over the weekend. And then this one here is from yesterday. And then here I just have a little, it's just going to be some mountains. It's going to be super, super simple. Just a cotton candy sky, and then a mountain range that one is a little bit further than the other. So I'm going to create that illusion by manipulating the values. And for today, I decided to use this crazy palette here. Now this here, it's a mostly Holbein palette. So these colors here and this here are all Holbein, I know for a fact. And then I don't know why I decided to go crazy and let me see all of the like cotton candy like colors that I have, and I have a lot of them by Holbein. So let me glue all of those little watercolor pans here and put as many as I can. But then when I got here, I started putting some Daniel Smith. There's some metallic ones here. I have no idea what's going on here. I did not make a chart, not that I remember anyways. So those colors here, I know what they are. This is what the initial palette looked like. It was only this colors here. Everything else I glue to it. So I have no idea what those colors are. I would have to get all of my Holbein paints out and try to match, but you know, there's plenty of paint here, so I know I'm not gonna have to worry about doing that anytime soon. And the colors that I wanted to work are whatever those colors are. Don't ask me the names because I have no idea. So I picked this blue here, this bubblegum pink, and to make it, I tried to make a purple with the two of them that was a little bit darker, but it didn't quite work. So what I did, I added a little bit of this blue here, and then to kind of like beef it up a little bit here in this very cotton candy, no, that's not what I meant to say, a bubblegum pink. I did add a little bit of opera rose. I know what those colors are here. So, and then I don't have Payne's Gray in this palette, but I have no, I'm sorry, I do have Payne's Gray. Payne's Gray is right here, and I mixed it with a little bit of indigo. And what I want to do is create this in as little time as possible. And I'm just basically going to paint the whole thing, the whole sky, with the blue and the bubblegum pink, and then add some clouds with the purple. I'm going to dry it really quickly with the blow dryer, and then I'm going to add the Payne's Gray here to make a distant mountain ranges. So that's what I'm going to do now, and hopefully the colors are still juicy. So I'm just going, and I'm using for today, I haven't used my silver black velvet brushes in quite a while, so I grabbed a few different sizes. And I'm just gonna go wet on dry, mostly because I want the color to stay in the darker value. And okay, so I'm looking at the time now because I want to make sure that I stay under 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add this blue and just pick up some water. Now those colors here by Holbein, this, you know, this was by design when I chose them. They all have a lot of white in them, so they're quite opaque, but you can make them less opaque by adding quite a bit of sorry, I'm looking at the blue paint and I'm thinking by adding quite a bit of water. Already messing up because I really meant for the pink to be here at the bottom. You know what? Let's remedy this and just blot everything. Okay. The good thing about colors that are very opaque and mixed with lots of white is that they're super, super easy to remove. All right, so let's try this again, right? Okay, so right about here, that's where I should have stopped. Let me get the pink. So I'm gonna start, I don't mind forming purple in between there, but I do want it to have some pure pink here. All right, so I'm gonna let it blend here. This paper on this little sketchbook is not 100% cotton, so I know that it's very limited in what it can do. So I know that, you know, it's already peeling a little bit because I was a little rough on it. All right, let's see. I think I'm gonna need to, I have the AC on. It's incredibly humid today. and hot. So I did turn the AC on, and then the paints dry so quickly. So let's see if I can add a little bit of this. Just kind of create, you know, the illusion of some purple cloud formations here. Oh, I like it. And, you know, I love it. I'm getting that, you know, bubblegum effect that I wanted. So lovely. I do want to add, I'm trying to be careful here not to exhaust the paper, which I didn't realize how very delicate this paper was going to be. It turns out it's way more delicate than I was bargaining for. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna dry this and then start with the mountain range in the back. Right. So I want to see how what's the drying shift is going to be for this. Hopefully it won't become too light. I'm already seeing that the purple is too light, but that's okay. And I'm already at 4 minutes. Okay, so we're good, 4 minutes and counting. So I did, working on the other tiny little Polaroid landscapes, I noticed that this paper does not allow me to layer much. It's 25% cotton, which explains why it's so delicate. Well, you know, it's not like I was expecting much from it anyways, but it works. All right, and now I'm going to do the first value. So I'm going to do a light value. And I'm going to paint both of them with the same light value. So the ones that are further in the distance and the ones that are closer. And the silver velvet brushes, they are a mix of synthetic hair and squirrel, so they are very soft, so they do some, you know, interesting things the way the brush works, and I love that about it. So you can create those delicate effects in the back. All right, so I'm gonna dry this, and then I'm gonna put the second one with a darker value to make it look like it's closer. So, all right, and it did dry lighter. Great, I love it. So you want to make sure you dry really well between layers. And now I'm just going to mix a little bit more. And I don't even have to make the value a lot darker here on the palette, just by virtue of glazing on top, layering the front here. It's going to look darker. And I obviously lost completely the line that I had before, so I guess I'll just make it up, right? And you see, before I even finished, it's already giving the vibe, right? That this here and the back are much farther away. Right, yeah. And we are at 7 minutes, so good. Dare I say I can put another one here in the front to make it look like it's even closer? I don't know. Let's try, right? What's the worst that can happen? It won't work. But that's the beauty about working on a little sketchbook like this, right? Where there is absolutely no, you have nothing to lose here, right? You're just like literally playing. So if you don't like, if something doesn't work out, it's okay. You can just do another page. Normally, you know, I would recommend my students that don't even feel like you have to share what's on your sketchbook. You know, it can be just for your eyes only. It kind of removes a lot of the, if you do have any pressure not to look at some way because you're going to show, that, you know, also removes that part of the equation. So let's see, I'm going to put a little bit more here. I don't know if the value will pick up. Oh yeah, it is picking up on this screen. Okay. Yeah, look at that. You see, that's how easy it is to create that illusion that, you know, some things are farther away and some things are closer. I do wish my sky had been a little bit darker on the top to create more of that effect as well. So usually, you know, on a landscape, the sky is darker at the top and then it gets lighter as it gets close to the horizon line. I don't know if I'll be able to layer this, but hey, let's try, right? I do have 1 minute left to spare, so if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I'm gonna try. I'm just drying this because I want to make sure I don't accidentally smudge. I've already smudged here. I'm the queen of smudging. All right, so fingers crossed. Let's see if I can do this. I will use this one here that it is a little bit darker. Let's see. Moment of truth. Can I do it? Ooh, I might be able to. I might be able to. All right. I probably will lose that purple, but something's gotta give. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of that lighter one. I just wanna soften it so I don't have a hard line right there on the top. Let's put a little bit more. And yes, it does not want to layer at all. So I think I'm just gonna stop here before I ruin it completely. Let's dry it quickly. It's a little bit better because I did get some darker values up there, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, look at that, 10 minutes. Awesome. So let's remove the tape. Is it a complete success? Not really, but it's okay. No biggie. I knew what I was getting myself into when I used those colors. They're very opaque. But hey, all in all, I did get the effect that I was going for, which was to have a bubblegum sky and then some value variations. So now here I'm going to add my palette. You know, if I'm not mistaken, I think this color here by Holbein, it's called shell pink, but don't quote me on that. One of these days I will get all of my Holbein paints together and see if I can match. Right now I don't have my watercolors separated by manufacturer. I do have them separated by hue, and some colors I have way too many. I've been collecting watercolors for the past 20 plus years. No, 25 years. Yeah. So what else did I use? Oh, I did use the Opera a little bit. So I have a lot a lot of tubes. And like the blues and the greens and the reds, all of them, I also further separated them by temperature. So I have the cool greens with the cool greens and the warm greens and so forth and so on. So I would have to go through all of the little boxes. So I bought some takeout boxes with the lid, the black boxes, and I would have to go through all of them to find the Holbein paints to identify them. Let's be realistic, I'll probably will not do that, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp the date. Today is the 7th, okay. I'm just using some black ink. Don't know what I got this stamp. Probably Amazon. All right, so let's put the date. And there we go. We got day 7 of World Watercolor Month in the back. And yes, so I will try to come back tomorrow and do tomorrow's spread, but I don't know if I'll be able to, but here it is. And I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I have inspired you to paint with your watercolors a little bit, get them out, just have some fun. And it was great spending some time with you. So let me switch the cameras again so I can say goodbye. Yes. All right, so thank you for spending this time with me. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. And if you have any questions about watercolors or anything, please feel free to add in the comments, and I will answer when I get a chance. All right, everyone. Bye. Enjoy your evening.